Hi, everybody. I'm hoping you guys can hear me and see me, and thank you guys for coming back. And welcome to Smartphone Theater. Tonight, we have another fantastic show by Gena Acosta. It's called Pinkie and Pearl. And I have to say, tonight is also our very first international show. So we have David Franco, who's in from Canada. So all the way, we're zooming to Canada, and Jennifer Lassalette, who is playing Pearl, who's here in LA. So we have a terrific show. Everybody, we have a nice house, I see. I have a couple of hands raised, and I hope they're nothing too severe, because I will get to your hands afterwards. And right now, I'm going to give this to our lovely Gena Acosta, our playwright, and take it away.
Pinkie and Pearl by Gena Acosta. Setting, Pinkie's basement apartment somewhere in the United States. Lights up on a bare, stupid room. In one corner is a sleeping bag, some books, and a coffee cup full of dead wildflowers. A hang in there poster is taped to the wall. On the opposite wall is a large note saying, "Call Donnie at 6:06 p.m. A phone cord snakes out from the phone jack in the wall, but there is no phone. Outside the door, the frustrated, labored breathing of a man is heard. He is dragging something big. There is a thump against the door, then the frantic jiggling of the doorknob.
Donnie Sheldon? You blew my door shut again? You better help me get it open. I just kidnapped Donnie's Chinese woman and she's heavy.
With another loud thump, the door busts open, revealing Pinkie, a mole-like man wearing Coke bottle glasses and clothes from the Goodwill. He clumsily drags in a huge canvas sack, which he trips over repeatedly. Muffled sounds are heard coming from inside the sack. Pinkie yells at it.
Hey! I told you to keep that woman lip of yours quiet. One more peep out of you and you're going downtown, sister. Got that? Downtown. Now I gotta call Donnie and tell him I got you, so I will get paid. And if I don't make the call, I won't get paid. So now you see what I'm up against, do you? Now keep your trap shut while I make the call.
Pinkie goes to make the call, but sees his phone is gone. He yells out into the hallway.
Sheldon! Give me my phone back. You know I gotta call Donnie, so give it back right now. If you don't give me my phone back right now, I won't watch your guinea pigs anymore.
Pinkie ducks as a rotary phone comes crashing into the room.
Okay, that was entirely unnecessary, Sheldon. This phone better work perfect. I better be able to call Mars or Idaho. You ever see those places, Sheldon? Well, they are far. That's how good this phone better work. Donnie? Hello? Yeah, I did it. I got her. She's right here. She's the one you wanted, the really Chinese one. She was right where you said, smoking in the alley behind the Mushu pork hut, and I just nabbed her. I even had to shove another woman out of the way, but I got your Chinese lady. You're gonna be really happy. So I'm gonna take the gag out of her mouth so she can talk to you. Hold on. Hey, you in the sack. Say a couple of words into the phone, but don't you scream. I can't have any screaming or crying. Here she is, Donnie, your Chinese lady.
Pinkie opens the sack, and out pops the very disheveled, very wide-eyed, and very non-Chinese head of Pearl Tompkins.
Hi.
Wait a minute. You're not Chinese. Where's the Chinese lady? I kidnapped the Chinese lady.
No, you didn't. You kidnapped me.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Shut up. Shut up. No, not you, Donnie. No, everything is perfect. She's right here, and she's super Chinese.
Hey, is that the hostage negotiator? Yeah, let me talk to him. I'll say anything you want.
Shut Up! Donnie, this Chinese lady is really confused. Don't listen to her. Just give me a minute to get her cleaned up and straightened out before you come over and get her. Okay, Donnie? Donnie? Listen.
Yeah, listen, Donnie, because he's got a gun to my head and he's going to blow my sorry guts to hell if you don't.
What? Shut up!
I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. This is the best day of my life.
Donnie, I swear everything is fine. No, you don't need to start calling me that. There's no reason. I did everything perfectly, just like you told me. So Donnie, you're gonna pay me, right? We had a deal, Donnie. You know how bad I need this money. No. Donnie, don't be mad and stop calling me that. Hello? Donnie? Great. That's just great.
What? Let's call him back.
No. Now he's going to be here like in 3 seconds and walk in here and see that I screwed up. So I got to go back to that alley and find that Chinese woman. You got to get out of here.
What? No way. You kidnapped me. I'm not going anywhere.
I need that Chinese woman.
I shoved her out of the way and made you grab me instead.
You what?
I needed kidnapping more than she did.
I don't know what kind of shenanigans you're up to, but Donnie's paying me to get that Chinese woman.
For what? Some kind of sex ring? Some kind of Chinese woman sex ring?
No. Now get out of here.
Not until you tell me what the heck is going on. Who's Donnie? He your boss?
Please get out.
Hey, you want me to get rough? Who's Donnie?
He's my brother.
And what's he need a Chinese woman for, huh?
I don't know. He told me not to ask. Maybe he just likes them.
And who's Sheldon? Who's Sheldon?
He's nobody. He lives across the hall and sometimes I take care of his guinea pigs. Okay?
Guinea pigs? What the Sam Hill kind of racket are you running? And where's your woman?
What?
You know, your partner, your dame. Come on, every decent kidnapper running a racket has some gum-snapping Betty or Charlotte or Mindy Seabreeze to help with the wet work.
Wet work?
Yeah, wet work. Oh, you probably done your share of it. Now, how long you been planning this little heist? A day? A week? A year? See, I'd say a year. Because you look familiar, like I see you around places.
No, you've never seen me.
And what are these?
They're just dried flowers. Please put them down.
Really? I think there's something you're going to crush up and sprinkle in my drink to make me pass out so you can rape me.
No. Put those down.
And I didn't sign on for a kidnap and a rape. But if that's what this is, I know the kung fu. And if you make one raper move on me, I will bring this whole place down on you and all of your little raper friends.
I'm not a raper. I don't have any raper friends. I don't know any Mindy Seabreeze. I'm just trying to get $77 for the bus. And you and your woman mouth are messing me up with all of your interrogations. Now put down my flowers. Please.
I'm sorry. I got a little carried away. I'm so excited getting kidnapped.
Please. Just put my wildflowers down.
All right already.
Please, I'm begging you. Just take you and your lady midlife crisis kidnapper fantasy and go, because Donnie's going to be here in any second and see that I messed up. And he'll be calling me Chinchilla Boy because he knows how much I hate it. And he'll never pay me my $77.
Wait, hold it. What did you say? Chinchilla what?
Nothing.
Wait a minute. That's it. That's where I've seen you. Oh my God. You're Chinchilla Boy from Little House on the Prairie.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God, yes you are. Little House episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7. First season, you played Chinchilla Boy, the dust-covered orphan that lived under the Olsen's general store.
Please.
And Nellie Olsen was always so mean to you. Chinchilla Boy, you dropped the biscuits in the dirt and muddied the sheets. Chinchilla Boy, Doc Baker says you've got the chiggers and can't come inside.
Please stop.
And she was always saying, Chinchilla Boy, you're nothing but a little good for nothing. Oh my God, you're Pinkie Greengrass, the good for nothing Chinchilla Boy.
I wasn't a boy. I was almost 30 years old. I was just small for my age, and that was like a million years ago, so get off my back.
Oh, but you were my absolute favorite character and my absolute favorite show ever.
Really?
Oh my God, yes. That show meant the world to me. I loved the beginning of every Little House episode. Seeing that wagon come into view and hearing the theme song come in. Da, 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 da. And then seeing those little three sisters. Oh, my heart.
You liked all that?
Best opening of a network show ever.
That was all mine. The opening sequence, all my idea.
What?
I was working on the Warner Brothers lot and used to wash the director's windshield. And one day he says, "Kid, I really feel like I'm going to have a hit TV show on my hands, but I just don't know how to start this goddamn thing." So I told him my idea. Lone wagon shot, music up, and then cut to the sisters running down the grassy slope through the sea of wildflowers. And he loved it, just ate it up. That's how I got on the show.
I've dreamt about that grassy slope.
The first time I saw that opening get aired was the happiest day of my life. I thought, I finally matter in this town. And you know something else?
What?
I'm the one that showed that temperamental, high-paid, over-medicated little Melissa Gilbert how to hit her mark and gallop down that hill into the hearts of millions week after record-breaking week. Me, Pinkerton Greengrass. I did that.
Oh, my. So why did they kill off Chinchilla Boy?
Because of that stupid Michael Landon was jealous that my trailer was right next to Karen Grassel's. And they had this thing going on, so he was always accidentally kicking dirt in my eyes in between takes, so my eyes started to go bad. And I started messing up my scenes. That's when Nellie Olsen started saying, "Chinchilla Boy, you're nothing but a good for nothing." Well, the producers loved it. They had their catchphrase. But then Nellie took it further and started calling me a little blind son of a bitch. And she and Michael Landon had me killed off.
You got trampled by that horse. Top of episode 8.
Yeah.
It was so awful. I was a wreck. And people thought the end of MASH was sad.
Yeah. Chinchilla Boy fell under the knives of the Hollywood power players. He was doomed.
So, are you really going blind?
Yeah. Hourly, it seems. That's why I did this kidnapping job, to get the money so I could take the bus out to the Big Sky Movie Ranch in Simi Valley and see that grassy slope and the wildflowers just one more time before it all goes dark. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Mr. Greengrass, don't you worry. You're going to get there. You'll see.
No, I won't. I won't see. That's the whole point. You girls with your big pretty eyes and your movie star hair think that you know everything about the sadness of life. But you don't.
I do too. Know about the sadness of life. Before you kidnapped me today, I was dead inside. Dead. And you saved me. And that's what I'm trying to thank you for. Do you like poetry, Mr. Poetry was my life, my grassy hill, and specifically the erotic poetry of the brilliant, thumbless Holocaust survivor, Jacob Sheckelstein. His poetry was the only thing that ever made me feel alive and purposeful and worthy. And it was as if everything he wrote woke up something inside of me. Woke up where I'd been asleep for my entire lonely life. So being a secretary by trade, I went to him and I asked if somehow, some way, I could be of any assistance to him, considering he was thumbless and all.
He was thumbless?
Yeah, thumbless. But as luck would have it, his typist had just run off with a bullfighter, and he liked my thumbs. So he brought me on to press the space bar. So at first I was a little disappointed, considering I could type his entire poems from memory. But poet Sheckelstein, he told me that the space bar provides the life breath between the words, the most important part of the poem, and that I must start there. And I did. And I grew to type everything that came out of his mouth, spending every waking moment with him, swimming in his words, feeling them wash through me like warm, healing oil. Words like grass, thigh, water, love. And they all became these new, powerful heartbeats that one must close one's eyes to fully embrace. And this is why poet Sheckelstein demanded that his poems be typed on the only machine deemed worthy of rendering such narcotic alliteration, a 1921 Underwood typewriter. You see, poet Sheckelstein said the 1921 Underwood is the only typewriter with a soul so potent that gazing into her cavern of key stems, seeing the sheen of her soft, dark silk ribbon and inky midnight walls with everything exposed and vulnerable, it was like gazing at a beautiful woman with her legs open. Isn't that the loveliest thing?
Holy cats.
And then it all ended. Poet Sheckelstein learned the truth. He discovered that the 1921 and all the Underwoods before and after were designed by a German. A dirty, warmongering German, and that he deduced his delicate, perfectly sculpted poems were pressed into the page by a greasy kraut-built tool that was most definitely used to facilitate the extermination of 6 million Jews. And it broke his heart, and it cost him his gift. So for the past 8 months, all he's had me type are words like puke, beer, jizz, money shot, and all of that brilliant poetry, that poetry that had awakened me from my desolation, faded to my brain, and it was like my lifeline was severed. My heart went silent, and my pulse erased. I was dying. And that's when I knew I had to get it back. So I called my dog groomist, Wanda.
Your dog groomist?
Yes. Wanda was once the best dog groomist in the business, but she'd suffered something similar, the loss of her gift. When she suddenly went into a severe depression. But one day, Wanda found herself and her prized 5-legged Pomeranian Chico, trapped in the trunk of her Chevy Impala for 6 hours. And God only knows why, but upon escape, Wanda emerged entirely renewed and epiphanous, healthy, free of suicidal thoughts and diet pills. Wanda said being trapped in absolute fear-drenched darkness rearranged her molecules and saved her. Her mind and her imagination were suddenly free again, and Wanda went on to win the best beehive on a basset hound in the Dayton Dog Nationals. So when I saw you driving that white windowless van, scoping out that Chinese woman with kidnapping on your mind, I thought, give it a try. And I made my move, and it worked. You plunged me into absolute fear-drenched darkness. And now I hear and I feel every one of Poet Sheckelstein's words in me as if for the first time. You rearranged my molecules, Mr. Greengrass.
Oh my.
You gave me my life back, Mr. Pinkie Greengrass. So let me help you a little bit get yours back.
You can't. You're not Chinese. You're not a Mao or a Ming or a Chang.
But I am a Tompkins. I am a Pearl Tompkins, and I'm gonna help you like you helped me.
A violent pounding on the door.
Oh my. Oh God, that's Donnie.
Hey, calm down.
I can't calm down. You got my blood all confused with your crazy talk about thighs and water and molecules. And now Donnie's here for his Chinese woman and I don't have one. I'll never see that hill.
More pounding.
Hold on, Donnie. What?
Pearl goes to the door.
Don't open it.
You trust me?
I don't know.
Maybe you can work on that.
Pearl puts the chain on the door and opens it as far as the chain will allow, staying out of sight.
Donnie! Mi Bing! Me in te en! How's Chan? How's Du Chan? Pinkie, how's Chan? Donnie? Me in te en Chin Sheldon. Okay? $77. No yen Sheldon. He's gone. I told him that you did a perfect job kidnapping me and to come back tomorrow after you clean me up. And I also told him to leave your money with Sheldon. The heat's off for now.
So, are you Chinese?
No, but Poet Sheckelstein, he made me spend hours translating all of his poems into the language of the East.
Suddenly, a brick with a greasy pile of cash tied to it comes crashing into the room.
There's your $77. What time does our bus leave?
Our bus?
Yeah, our bus to our hill.
There's a 6:15 out tonight. What? Wait, won't somebody be worried about you?
Nah.
Waiting for you?
Nah.
They should be.
Hey, are you scared?
Of what?
Going blind?
Well, not really anymore, but you know Sheldon's guinea pigs? All of them are brown. And no one could tell them apart, not even Sheldon. But I could. A mile away. Lucy, Eddie, Stephen, and Shakira. But I'm scared I can't see which one is Shakira anymore.
Why her, Pinkie?
Shakira's the one that gets the medication.
Pearl steps over to Pinkie and gently removes his glasses. She places her hands over his eyes and whispers into his ear.
Grass. Thigh. Water. Love. You'll find Shakira. You'll find everything.
Thank you.
Now, let's quit this chin music and go run down that grassy slope.
Lights fade. End of play.
Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you. We get a lot of applause, applause, applause. I just want to make sure everybody, this is Pinkie and Pearl, is the play by Gena Acosta, is the playwright, directed by Sarah Gurfield. Pinkie was played by David Franco, and Pearl was Jennifer Lassalette. And again, this is very international because David is coming to us from beautiful downtown Canada. So, yay! All right, thank you everybody for coming. Again, we do this on a weekly basis. Now we're going to open it up for a talk back. So you could either chat it in or you could raise your hands, whatever you do, and I'll read it out and make sure that everybody sort of chimes in. Also, I was reminded to say, just to remind everybody that we do have a tip jar on our site, smartphonetheater.com. So feel free to tip tonight's performance. We would love it. Right now, up into Coolsy Woolsey, so hilarious. Oh, memories, wonderful, wonderful. Bravo. Gena, you are amazing. Applause, applause. Bravo. Wait, we have a new message from Christna Hart. So fun. Thanks, guys. Ah, memories. Wait a minute. I have a hand up. Cate Caplin. Cate, is your hand still up? Is this from earlier? Cate, you can talk if you like. There might have been an earlier question, but if you're still here. Wait a minute, let me see here. Unmute.
Am I talking now?
There we go, Cate.
Hi,
on.
Kate.
Hi, you
Hi,
guys.
Kate.
Hello, Cate.
Gena, I just want to know how you dream up all these fanciful scenarios. I
Oh,
want to know what
that's a
your
deep dark
dreams are like. What?
I said that's a deep dark secret.
Okay, I love it.
Well, thanks, Cate.
Inside your dream state.
Thank you, Kate.
Glad I could be here.
Anybody have any questions? We have a great house. I'm so thrilled that so many people continue to come out on a weekly basis. So it's nice and big. And Mitch Levine. Hello.
Hey,
Mitch.
Hey there,
Woo!
Mitch.
Hi, Mitch.
Unmute.
Hey.
There we go.
Oh my God, that was fantastic. Gena, your imagination and your humor are just extraordinary. David and Jennifer, Pinkie and Pearl, just you brought so much wonderful life to these characters, and the unexpectedness of it all was just terrific. Sarah, this is how a reading in the virtual space should be directed. Well done.
Aw,
All of you. Bravo. Yay.
thanks, Mitch.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Mitch.
You're welcome.
All right, Christna Hart, let me unmute you here.
Can you hear
Christina,
me?
you're on.
Okay. I just have a general question because this is my second time tuning in. If we wanted to send this to people, like when it's going to happen, notify other people, like not necessarily part of the studio, but just friends and stuff, do we just forward the email that you send to us so that other people, let's say even in other states or friends and stuff? Okay.
Yes, so.
Is that how we do it? Okay.
Yeah. So you can, once you get the invitation is completely transferable. It is not unique. So you can, once you have that link, you can share that link with anybody. This particular space is limited to 100 people in the audience. So, okay. But you're more than welcome to share it with anybody and everybody.
Great.
Okay.
Well, that's going to be more than 99 seats, or you'd have to pay these actors a whole lot of money. So 100 seats
That's
is
right.
good.
That's
So
right.
true.
Thanks, guys.
Perfect.
It's wonderful to keep connected this way.
Oh, it's great.
I love you, Gina.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you so much.
And just to sort of to piggyback on that question, we do archive all of our shows, so everything is recorded and it's on our YouTube channel. You can find that YouTube channel on the bottom of our main website, which is smartfilmtheater.com, or you could also find it on YouTube, but it's both. So the shows and the talkbacks are always archived. I have a question from Regina Pally. She said, what was the technology of how Sarah directed this? Sarah.
Hi, Regina. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. The technology was exactly what we're doing right now. We used Zoom, and it's Todd. It's like the webinar level Zoom or something. Is that accurate?
Yeah, exactly. So when you buy into Zoom, has various levels, various platforms, which really is all about how many attendees you could bring in. So we are on a platform of an audience of 100. So on a month.
And Todd has gotten to be such an expert at this that he was able to do a couple of cheats. There were a couple of moments where the Zoom platform normally would have defaulted to the person speaking, right? It's a voice activated platform, but he has some tricks and was able to help me out and cut it maybe a tiny bit more like an old fashioned soap opera, right? Where the director cuts in the booth. And then the music you heard at the top, I was running off of my system here, and the music at the end, the Little House theme, Todd was running. So it was very much a team effort on the technical front.
Right. This is probably our most tech-heavy show.
Tech heavy.
It's really funny because obviously Zoom was not designed for this, but we're making it work, and we're finding little tricks in their actual software that makes it work. So great. Thank you, Zoom. Judy, I have Judy Chaikin. So
hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Okay, Judy, you're on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you all for doing this. What a wonderful thing for you guys to do. This is wonderful. And Gina, I've been saying there's so much evil and terrible stuff to watch on television with murders and killings. I'm saying, where is the lightheartedness? I need to laugh. So
The funny murders and killings.
Thank you. And Sarah, I really was interested to know what your process was. How did you, obviously you did the technical thing on Zoom, but was it easy for you to do this or what?
It was definitely a big adjustment for all of us, I think, because, I've worked, I've done a lot of theater stuff, and I've also worked a bit behind the camera. So I was trying to sort of mesh those two in my mind. It's been a really long time since I've done like a radio play. So it was mostly comparable, I would say, to a theatrical process with very little rehearsal. But we have amazing actors, so that makes everything better.
Well, it was really interesting, and the technology and all of it. This is in the very beginning stages, but I could see this getting pretty sophisticated. And I hope, Todd, that you'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask, I'm just going to throw a question out. David, what was it like, because you are our longest distance person so far. Do you feel the distance, or how is this process to you?
No, not at all. No distance at all. I'm a little cocooned in here in this in this COVID-19 world, but yeah, no, it was great. It was really easy, I thought. I didn't feel like it was difficult. Took the cues, took the direction, and I think it was great.
I want to know, did you have to go out and buy those Coke bottle glasses?
No, these were actually, I had these in a bag. I thought, well, they'll work. Yeah, well, I have.
That was amazing.
And that's his dad's hunting cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, my-
Thanks, guys.
Thank
you.
you. And Jennifer, this is now your second one. Are you becoming more, was there a learning curve or not so much, or what?
Well, I didn't, the one last week we had done in session. So we had already been directed and already had done it. This was brand new. I had not read this play until we did a read through on Monday. So technically there was no adjustment to be made. It was, I don't know.
Good.
But Gena's words are so glorious to put in your mouth. You can't go wrong.
So Gena, now that you have 3.
I know.
So I mean, you are, I'll use it, you are our guinea pig. So, yeah. So now that you have 3, has it changed? Is it become much more of a comfortable format?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. And I like to see each week there's something new to learn, whether it's more technology or how to really kind of fine tune moments when actors lean in, or how to utilize just this little tiny format in a very kind of micromanagey sort of way. So it was fantastic working with Sarah. I'd never worked with her as a director before, so it was really great to have such good conversations with her on the phone about it. I was so excited that we were able to go up to Canada and cross the border. And I'd never worked with Jen before, so I guess it feels like we do have a little community now, so it feels closer and where we can just kind of bounce around in this little space. So it's really neat to see what each week brings. I'm not coming next week. I'm watching. I'm not writing next week,
Yes.
but I am watching. So, but it's really, I just can't thank you enough for just setting up this platform and going, all right, this is what we're doing. Hop in. Where are pages? Get pages now. So
I couldn't be happier. That first of all, that you heeded the call, but you heeded it in such a remarkable way. Everybody, Sarah, it was great. I joked earlier. I said, Sarah, it's like I'm shadowing you. So
I went to the rehearsal.
It was fantastic. It was just a lot of fun. All right, we have Michael Cavanaugh. Michael, let me get you here. All right, Michael, unmute. There you go.
There,
Michael,
I did. I unmuted.
You're unmuted.
Hi, Michael.
Oh, I'm waving like I can see you. No, I can't. You can't see me. Gena, this is the first piece of yours that I've ever heard or seen, and I was just sitting here in awe of the unique turns. I'm doing my hand like you're gonna know what I'm doing. the way the little turns that you made along the way, like all of a sudden the whole story about the typing, the space bar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a wonderful little twist. And then the dog groomer, I think it was a dog groomer, right? I couldn't understand. The dog. And the
Wanda.
Winning the best beehive. Stuff like that I love. And you just did a beautiful job. And all the little animals, what are they called? There's a name. Those little, the
guinea pigs?
The guinea pigs?
The guinea pigs, right. Those kind of things. It just was really wonderfully enjoyable. And watching you guys do it was, I just was captivated. And David, I have a question for you. When you were wearing those glasses, was it difficult to read the script?
Yes.
I'm actually serious.
My face was like 4 inches from the screen.
Say that again?
My face was like 4 inches from my computer. I had to look, because I have to wear glasses, but because I wanted to wear those, my face had to be right up against the script or the screen.
Well, it was just beautiful. Using those glasses was just, it was like, I started laughing right away. And the hat, I thought, this is going to be funny. And yeah, everybody, y'all did a great job, and I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
And Sarah, I don't know
so
you,
much, Michael.
but I just wanted to say thank you. You moved it along
Aw.
nicely. You know, it's
Thanks.
really, you had the stuff happening, and it was wonderful to watch.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank
You
you.
rock.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for what you're doing, Todd.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Todd.
Turning out to be really enjoyable.
Great, good. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Moi aussi, as we used to say in Paris.
We have a message from Kelly Koenig. She says, so funny and quirky sweet. Thank you all. I love the addition of the guinea pig and lobby music. Very high tech and très international. Great job, crew.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. And David, that's our Kelly.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Kelly.
Yeah. Kelly. So
Cool. Very cool. Very nice.
I'm gonna ask just sort of a general question to Pinkie and Pearl. Did you guys grow into a relationship, or because you're obviously working off of a screen and a camera? How is that different? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Go ahead, David.
From being on stage with someone.
Go ahead, David.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't think, well, you know, yeah, I mean, the medium there's all different mediums, but you have to find that relationship. You know, you just go there, you establish it, you find it in the words. I mean, the words are very easy to allow someone to, you know, go right into it. And was it awkward being at a desk and doing it? Maybe for a second, but if you allow yourself to go there, then it all just goes away. And it did go away. I mean, I had great glasses on, so nothing, my world just completely went blind. All I could see was literally just words and then Jennifer, words. But, you know, it was, yeah, I found it that, again, you know, you put yourself in a place where you fall into the story. And if you can do that, then it all just disappears.
Thanks. Jennifer, you're up. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, we had most of the tools we need. I could hear him, I could see him. We've never met, and I've not come within 10 miles of him in my life, although I will look forward to one day. But we had all the tools that we needed. We had wonderful words. I could hear him, I could see him, I could react to him. And yeah, the less you have, the more creative you're forced to be. So, and this is a very strange hybrid medium. So you just go with it.
Cool, thanks. And Sarah, because I know, I mean, obviously I know you from theater, but now I know you from film as well. So you have a host of skill sets and tools and whatnot. What did you find? Yeah, I'm used to
I really just correct. I can't do anything else.
Well, since we're combining mediums, what did you sort of find that you were doing in order to, or like pulling out of the woodshed? What were you finding that you needed?
Well, I think I concur a lot with what David said about, at the end of the day, the story is the story and the relationship is the relationship. So that was always sort of the driving force behind the choices I was trying to make. I also know that we're dealing with a, let's say, unreliable or maybe a little temperamental platform that, you know, Todd, as you and I discussed, just because we try to cut to one actor or the other in one moment, if your Wi-Fi is having a bad day, then it's not going to go the way we want it to. So I try to be very judicious about those kind of cuts, because there's, you know, if I was really going to shot list this and make it like a film, it would look very different. But I tried to be very judicious with those asks, just because they might happen, they might not. They might happen when you want them to. They might not happen at all. So that was a lot of what was different about my approach to this, you know. And then we had tried in a different place, sort of the reaching through the screen, but it wasn't as effective in the earlier place as it was to just have Pearl do that at the end when she reached for his glasses, to sort of have that one moment of intimacy kind of resonate a little bit more. It's the kind of thing where if we'd had like a full rehearsal process, we might have been able to find more stuff like that. But I don't know. I thought this, they did such a beautiful job with it. I thought they really pulled it off.
Cool. Thanks. I have a question for Gena from Jim Fothergill. He says, Gena.
Hey, cousin Jim.
Gena, has this unique format inspired you to write something specific for it?
Oddly enough, no, because I don't want to say a technologically adverse person, but I always want to stay very connected with the people, how I put them together. And so I work very, very hard to avoid having any actors talk on cell phones to each other. I really do. I want them in the same place. And if they have to be on a phone, the phone goes out, the signal drops. So they have to find a way to be person to person. It's really, really rare that I have this sort of technology in any of the stuff that I write. And a lot of stuff I write happens before any of this came about. But it's an interesting question, but so far, no. And maybe because I think we're craving to actually be connected even more person to person. I mean, I miss seeing people. I miss being around people. I miss going, hey, come on over. I miss that so much. So I feel like the more I can have that in my writing, that's where I kind of want to be. So I don't know that I would want to cater to this platform in my writing. I kind of want to escape that, if that answers your question. So I'm so happy you've been with us every week, Cousin Jimmy.
I have two more. We have actually three more. Mitch Levine says, "Our strange new acting theater normal, quote unquote. Hope it doesn't last long, but I'm grateful that we have it during these strange times. Thanks to you all." And Bruce Nelson says, "I know we're all missing the studio. This platform allows us all to keep the studio alive in these trying times. So thank you all for keeping our craft alive." Thank you, Bruce. And Stu Berg, I'm unmuting you. Okay, Stu, you are on. I hope. Wait a minute. Unmute. Almost. There we go. Okay, Stu. Stu, can you hear us? Stu. All right. I'm not turning you off. I'm leaving you on, but I'm just going to let everybody know that next week we have a play called Written in Ink, which is by Jim Gagan, and it's being co-directed by Jonathan Levin and Peter Flood. So that's next
Yay!
week. And that's Curtis Bells and Sophia Vasilieva.
The varsity team.
Great cast.
So that's next week. And then Stu Berg is directing the week after a play by Dave Field. And that is with Steve Mandillo and Lisa Richards. And that's the following week. I know, May 1st. I'm loving it.
That's awesome.
Woo!
So Stu, do we have you? I still have your audio up, but nothing. Okay. All right. We're going to talk soon and make that work. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, it's almost 5 to 6. I want to thank everybody for coming out again this week. We loved virtually seeing you. I want to thank this fantastic cast and team, Gena and Sarah, David and Jennifer. You guys are all wonderful. And if anybody else has any parting words?
Thank you.
My parting word is thank you, Todd, for arranging all of this. And everyone, ladies and gentlemen, go to that tip jar and tip Todd, because he is a mensch and an amazing producer. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. We have Judy has one more thing to say. Judy.
Can you see us?
We get your name.
That's all.
Are you wearing pants?
What's that? I wasn't sure whether you saw me naked or not. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Judy. All right, everybody. So we will see you next week. Again, thank you for coming. And we archive everything on our YouTube page. So feel free to go to the YouTube and share it with your friends. Okay.
Man, it's a pleasure.
Stay healthy. Wash your hands. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Don't touch your face.